All right, everybody. I'm here for a brand new DC update. Welcome to the MCU 2.0. You have to excuse me. The whole right side of my face is numb. I just had some dental work done, so I'm going to try and talk the best I can through this. But boy, my review of The Flash yesterday really triggered some people. If you don't fall in line with what the narrative is, you're instantly called a Snyder cultist, that you only like Snyder films, which is way far from the truth. I really enjoyed the first Suicide Squad. I loved Wonder Woman a lot, and I really liked Aquaman quite a bit. Those were all really fun, memorable movies. The Flash is not. It is a poorly executed version of Flashpoint that is nothing like Flashpoint. This film, first of all, you guys, I'm going to trail off on some of the stuff I talked about in the review yesterday, but it is important to know that this movie is a straight-up comedy. People said, someone made the comment of, people like me will take humor and then claim it's 20 times more than it is. No, this is a straight-up comedy. Everything from the opening sequence to what happens with Batman. Now, the Batman part is not comedy, but everything with the Flash is. Everything. Everything is a comedy. Everything throughout this whole film is a comedy. It takes too long for them just to get to not Ben Affleck, Michael Keaton in the first place. And then the whole ending of the film is very rushed. Everything with the Dark Flash is rushed. They spent too much time in the film with Barry being with Barry when he travels back, to save his mom. And so there's too much interaction with just those two alone, where they could have moved this story along quite a bit faster. I think as soon as he got there, that they should have had stuff going on with Zod, not for him to find out after a half an hour of him hanging out with himself. So this movie is just not executed very well. In fact, I'm thinking about taking my review down to 2.5 stars. I had hope at the beginning of the film. I will tell you right now that the beginning of the film actually had a pretty cool opening, but it did have plenty of humor in it. But when we actually got to see the Flash go running, to go help Ben Affleck, it was pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. I had a smile on my face. I'm like, okay, maybe this is going to be something quite fun. But instead of getting a fun movie, we get a movie where they're trying to tell a story about loss and everything else that is just not told very well. And there's way too much comedy in the movie. And the ending sequence with Ben Affleck as Batman at the beginning of the film also has just humor that just reeks of the Justice League film. Like, it's terrible. I've come to realize that we are never going to get anything epic again from DC. Batman versus Superman, that warehouse scene for Batman, we're never going to get a Batman like that ever again. We had a moment of greatness, and it's now gone. We're probably never going to get the Ben Affleck film. Warner Brothers fumbled that. They're never going to give the fans a Batman movie like they want. You'll have people argue that the general audience doesn't want to see a serious Batman, that Adam West wasn't serious, that the original comic wasn't serious. Everything that has been successful, if you look at the Dark Knight video games, the Arkham games, amazing games, very well done, very serious. Kevin Conroy did an amazing job as Batman. That's the type of Batman that I want. That's the type of Batman that's in the comics today. I don't want a watered-down, goofy version of Batman. I don't want a watered-down, goofy version of Superman. And I've come to realize it's gone. We are getting the MCU 2.0. There's nothing anybody can do about it at this stage. It's what the studio is doing, and the only way things are going to change is if we talk with our pocketbooks. Now, I am going to go back one more time to see The Flash when it finally does get released. People were trying to tell me that this movie was nowhere near what the final version is going to be. And I need to see what's finished, because the very last scene of the film before the projector turned off, to me, was such a slap in the face of everything that came before it. It was a cheap way out, and I need to see what the post-credit scenes are going to be and what they're going to be setting up for the future. Now, I do fully believe that if people are not warming up to these films, that they are going to have a change of heart, and I do believe that Plan B is to go back and finish the original story, because The Flash could easily fix this again in a second film. He could fix, what gets screwed up in this film. But after seeing this movie, I just don't have any hope. I just don't. It is going to be comedy up the wazoo. There's going to be dick jokes. There are in this movie. There's going to be nudity where it's not needed and shouldn't be. There's going to be stupid jokes. They're not going to take it seriously. And that doesn't mean that every movie needs to be taken seriously. Aquaman had some humor in it and was really well executed. Wonder Woman even had some humor in it. But these were more serious in tone type films. That's what people paid to go see. There's a reason why Aquaman made over $1 billion. It's because that's what people liked. If you look at everything that came after that, it's been this decline. The only time things started to go up was with Black Adam, but that never got a China release. And I will tell you, I definitely liked Black Adam more than I did The Flash. I really wanted to like The Flash. I did. I was excited to see the movie last night. I was nervous I wasn't going to get in. I loved seeing Michael Keaton back as Batman, but even some of that is not taken seriously. Now, somebody asked me in the movie, in the comments, do we even get to see Gotham City? Is it the Tim Burton version of Gotham City? We don't get to see Gotham City at all. The only things you see in regards to Batman in this film is the mansion and the Batcave. Outside of that, you don't get to see Gotham City at all. So it's one of those things where I just don't know. The studio thinks they know what they're doing. They think that this is what the audiences are going to gravitate towards. And I will tell you, because this has Michael Keaton back as Batman and Ben Affleck in it, yeah, there are people that are definitely going to go see it. But if you took this movie, and I can tell you that if they took Ben Affleck and they took Michael Keaton out, this movie is going to be an abysmal failure. It would be. And nobody would want to go see it. And it's a shame that this is what they've decided to do. And it is very clear that Ezra Miller will be staying on as the Flash. There's no question about it, unless they decide to do something with a further film that is going to change the narrative here. He is the Flash moving forward. And I just don't know. I just don't know. As a fan, it's disheartening. As a fan, it's upsetting to know that we're never going to have greatness. The greatness is gone. The amazing special effects are gone. We're just going to get MCU level, cheap, lowest common denominator movies. We're just going to have to deal with it for the time being. I'm still going to be reviewing all of these movies. I will be seeing them and giving you my honest opinion on them. But they had lightning in a bottle with a few things, and they just let it go. They didn't keep it. They threw it out. They threw out the gold, and they kept the copper. So, yeah, as a fan, I am disappointed. There's no question about it. And again, this has nothing to do with James Gunn. It has nothing to do with Snyder. To me, this movie has nothing to do with James Gunn or Zack Snyder. This movie needed to stand on its own 2 feet, and it does not do that in a compelling fashion. And I'm sorry, those are just the facts. All right, we will see you guys on the next video.